The Zephyrian fleet emerged from hyperspace like a storm of silver death, their crystalline vessels casting ominous shadows across Earth's blue marble. Admiral Kethvar stood on the bridge of the flagship Dominion's edge, his 6 arms manipulating holographic displays with practiced efficiency. The planet below seemed so fragile, so vulnerable. Just another conquest in the Zephyrian Empire's 1,000-year expansion. Broadcast the standard ultimatum, Kethvar commanded, his voice resonating through the ship's neural network. Within moments, every communication device on Earth crackled to life with the same message, translated into every human language simultaneously. Inhabitants of the 3rd planet, you have 48 hours to surrender unconditionally. Comply, and you will be relocated to suitable worlds within our empire. Resist and face extinction. This is the only warning you will receive. On Earth, President Chunwei stood in the emergency bunker beneath Geneva, surrounded by world leaders who had gathered virtually from their own crisis centers. The weight of 8 billion lives pressed down on her shoulders as she stared at the alien transmission replaying on the central screen. Our combined military forces are nothing compared to their technology, General Morrison reported grimly. Satellite imagery shows energy signatures we can't even comprehend. They could glass the planet from orbit. Then we negotiate, suggested Premier Volkov from Moscow. With what leverage? President Chun asked quietly. They hold all the cards. Dr. Sarah Martinez, director of the Global Defense Initiative, cleared her throat. Actually, there might be something they don't know about us. All eyes turned to her as she pulled up a classified file. Project Looking Glass has been monitoring quantum fluctuations in space for the past decade. We've detected 17 separate alien civilizations within 100 light-years of Earth. President Chun frowned. How does that help us? Because, Dr. Martinez continued, we've also been tracking their expansion patterns. The Zephyrians aren't the apex predators they think they are. There's something out there that's been systematically destroying their outlying colonies. Something that follows a very specific pattern. They only attack when certain quantum signatures are detected. Signatures that match exactly what we've observed when the Zephyrians use their planet-killing weapons. The room fell silent as the implications sank in. Are you suggesting? President Chun began. I'm suggesting we send them a message of our own. Admiral Kethvar was reviewing planetary defense assessments when his communications officer's scales turned pale with alarm. Sir, we're receiving a transmission from the planet. It's not a surrender. Put it through, Kethvar growled. President Chen's image appeared on the main screen, her expression calm but resolute. Admiral, we've received your ultimatum. Before you proceed, there's something you should know. We've been watching you for quite some time, not just your fleet, but your empire's recent difficulties. Kethvar's primary eyes narrowed. Explain. The Seraph. That's what we call them. The entities that have been systematically eliminating your outer colonies over the past 50 years. You've lost, 37 worlds so far? Each time right after you've deployed your planet killers against indigenous populations. The bridge fell silent. How could these primitive beings know about the Seraph? That information was classified at the highest levels of the Empire. President Chun continued, the Seraph respond to specific quantum signatures generated by weapons of mass destruction. They see such acts as antisocial behavior. We've been monitoring their movements, and frankly, Admiral, you've painted quite the target on your backs. You know nothing of. We know they're approximately 17 hours away from your current position. President Chun interrupted, consulting a tablet. Our quantum telescopes picked up their transit signatures when your ultimatum was broadcast. Apparently, threatening to genocide an entire species qualifies as enough provocation to warrant their attention. Admiral Kethvar's scales rippled with uncertainty. The Seraph were legends, nightmares whispered about in the furthest reaches of space. But how could humans possibly track something that had eluded Zephyrian science for decades? Here's our counterproposal, President Chun said, leaning forward. You withdraw immediately and never return. In exchange, we'll provide you with our quantum tracking data and help you avoid the Seraph's hunting grounds. Refuse, and we'll broadcast your exact coordinates across 17 different civilizations, all of whom have very good reasons to want you gone. As if summoned by her words, new contacts appeared on Kethvar's tactical display, ships emerging from hyperspace at the edge of the solar system. Ships that shouldn't exist. President Chun smiled. It seems our neighbors were quite interested in meeting the infamous Zephyrian Empire. I wonder what they want to discuss. For the first time in his military career, Admiral Kethvar ordered a full retreat. Humanity had issued its warning, and the galaxy was listening.